Okay, so let's start. Let's see if we want to do this. By the way, yes, and no veins. Don't put veins. Again, they're distracting. So, okay. So we said we are going to go with a geometric form. Very kind of soft mitten for now. Now I might change those, these proportions, but for now, the more the more I refine those fingers, the more I can see. So let's start with this.
Does that go like that, or is it the other way?
Sorry, I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to do it that way, like this. Thank you.
Okay.
And that one is this way. So you want to allow at least like enough room for 3 fingers right here. So let me get some white. Maybe white will be good. Nothing's working. Okay, yeah, that gives me an idea. So my sketch is a bit smaller. It's not as big. Oh, this is fuzzy. That's better. Keep an eraser handy. We're going to be using it. I would even go up a bit with this. This bit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now I'm using an HB for now. And then when I start shading, I'll switch. Now, let's see. One. 2, 3,
You're okay.
The pinky's gonna stay in the mitten?
no, no, outside. Outside. So I probably, what I need to do is make this a bit longer right here. Because from what I'm seeing with the proportion, yeah. So the pinky starts from inside the mitten a bit. You can see that it starts here. So I'm still inside the mitten, and then it goes outside the mitten.
Honey? Garbage in it, right? Honey? Garbage in it.
I still can't see or can't gauge if this is the right proportion yet, but I will very soon when I start adding more detail. For now, it's just shaping. So look at it more, don't look at it as fingers, look at it as shapes. It's easier if you look at it, you look at them as shapes.
You can join, can invite more.
Now, the thumb, it starts, I know it has, it continues with the same line of that curve right here with the knuckles. See where it's right there. So with mine here, if I do this, thumb will have to stop here. Maybe a little bit longer because the curve is not that strong. So longer. So I mentioned before that usually when I'm working on a hand, with my paintings, it takes me a couple of days to, not because it takes me time to paint it. Painting comes easy after. It's the position, the way I want it to want to have it. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I think it works. I take another picture. I put it in a different position. So I keep trying until I get the right hand, because the other thing is I don't paint hands that much. So it's harder for me because I'm not practicing. It's not that something I do all the time. So I spend more time on it, trying to perfect it. The middle finger here is longer, so the knuckle of the middle finger is longer, lower. Shall I stop recording so you can catch up?
No,
No? You're okay?
sorry. Maybe other people. Sorry, I jumped in.
What do you think?
I'm good.
No, you're good? No
I'm
problem?
good, thank you.
Okay.
The one before last is going under the longer finger, huh? The middle finger.
The one before this one?
Yeah, it's going under the middle finger.
Yeah, yeah. No, we have to just kind of continue
Right,
down
right,
that way.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just taking it a bit slowly. I'm looking at the negative space as well, because the negative space will tell me how the fingers look like. Are supposed to look like, actually. Yeah. Now let's do this one. And the index. It's a miracle I remember what they're called.
Mhm.
There. They look right now very short from here to here, but that's because they're folding in. And when we start shading, they look better. Now the pinky. So where to stop the pinky? I'll stop the pinky again something like that. Let's see. Someone is trying to get in. Oh, look. So we'll just kind of, let's see if that works. Okay, so the pinky because the pinky, we can see the whole thing. Just make sure that you stop at that knuckle right there and then go in slight. So I'm going to go straight down. Then I'm going to stop right somewhere here. That's where the knuckle is, because it's halfway, almost halfway here. And then so I'm showing a slight bend of where the knuckle is right here. And then turn it. That's it. There. Now I think the hand, to get to the wrist is longer. Now I can just go back and look at detail, because I have them in the right position where I want them. They look good, they're okay. The hand look decent. And you see, most of the time, if you look at those beautiful hands, you don't see a lot of movement for the knuckles, like a lot of knuckly, you see them like kind of beautiful, graceful kind of movement. Oh, one is nice too. Okay. Okay. I'm going to switch to, let's see, let's try to switch to a 3B or 4B, whatever you have. B, anything that's soft. Put my hand on.
Lael,
Yes.
the fourth finger, the one that's bent, if
Yes.
you straighten that out, would it be longer than the middle finger?
That one here?
Yeah. Like if you straightened it out, would it be
No,
long?
no, the middle finger should be longer.
I just wondered.
Yes, should be more like, let's say here,
Okay.
longer.
I just,
Not too long, because even those, what's happening, I think, with the hand, with those fingers, which we are not seeing, is that third knuckle here is bent even down.
Oh, it's bent in, right.
Yeah, bent in more. That's why we're not seeing it that much.
Okay,
Like we
I
can't
see.
see it. But
Right.
yeah, Yeah, definitely, definitely. This middle finger is the longest one, always.
Right.
So you do something like that, let's say, because we can't see it, let's push it down a bit,
Right.
right there. So what I do usually to make it look like it is bent and it's all the way down, I
Mhm.
usually darken this one here more.
Mhm.
So when I get here, when I start my shading, I shade this part, but then I shade this part more, the bottom one. So the
Right.
more I shaded the more bent it will look.
Right.
It's a tricky one. It's a beautiful hand the way it is, but it's tricky.
Mhm.
Now, let's say for the nail, which I'm not supposed to be doing now, I would do something like this. That's it, just a suggestion of a nail. I wouldn't put the whole thing. So, right, so let's start shading. Oh, I was looking for a piece of paper. So when you're sketching, you're from a reference, you look at your reference quite often, like keep checking your reference when you're sketching. Now here, you can see, if you look at your reference, that this part is darker, just a bit. There's more right here, because the finger turns, because this part is not flat. It's not flat from here to here. This one turns in. So when it turns in, it's more in the shadow. And same here. There's a very slight shadow in here, on this side, on these here, right here and there, and even here. So,
Oh, this is fun.
okay, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Good, good. I was worried that because it's a hard, it's not an easy project to do. But from there, you could just go. I suggest you go on, let's say, one of these. Pick a nice position of a hand, and even if it's from another artist, and try to do it. Practice, that's what I'm trying to say. I could have said practice. Easier. Even here, if I want to put a nail, right, a suggestion of a nail, it would be like a little kind of very subtle, very, very subtle.
I'm finding that if I think I'm off with some proportions, I just turn the picture around, completely around.
Upside down?
What I'm wrong at.
Ah, is it, do you turn it upside down or?
Yes, no, no.
Oh.
I tried it like you are doing it, but then I found out that I've got some proportions wrong. So I turned it upside down
Right,
and I corrected that way.
right. Yes, because you know why? Because you're not looking at fingers anymore. You're looking at shapes. It's
Exactly.
easier. When you turn it upside down, that's what happens.
Yep.
So, well, there's a book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's a good
Betty
book.
something, I forget. Yeah, very
Right.
good book.
Yes, it's a famous book.
And some of the exercises are in there are basically you turn your whatever you're drawing upside down,
Right.
and you just do the shapes or the lines and so on. And the surprising thing is they come out really good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's
The
amazing, I
modern
know.
painters who do that, they paint upside down. You don't know what they're doing. Then all of a sudden, I saw them on YouTube. Huh?
Yes,
They turn it around, and when they're ready, oh,
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah. The way the light is on these fingers, it's not, it doesn't show too much of the knuckles, which is okay. It doesn't have to show too much. You can see very, very faint shadows where the knuckle starts. And the knuckles are usually kind of round, I think. Yeah. All right. I'm just doing this just for you to see because I put black behind it. I lost the fingers a bit.